Good day, folks. The streams are kicking in. It's a pretty average day around here in Dearborn, Michigan. We're here live on Facebook and YouTube, and you guys can comment from wherever you are. I'm going to be watching the comments here, letting people load in. Hope you guys are having a great day. This is going to be the Annealer reveal. This is revealing what was in the Annealer, folks, which means all of the product we made from Tuesday's show from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock live. We had a custom order, we had a couple other artist choices, and we did a tool explanation, a pretty good tool explanation. Those pieces are going to be shown off here in their true color, in their true state, and we will be able to see what the deal is with them. If you're new to the show, this is what the glass color looks like. We pretty much got the rainbow over here, and all these colors look really different while they're hot. So we could put this blue on here, and I know this blue almost looks as green as this while we're working with it. Maybe a little murkier, but we could finish the whole piece, and you guys are watching and seeing what the deal is, having a good time with us, and then all of a sudden, it doesn't look blue at all. We put it away and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see that come out because I wanted to buy that green piece. But in reality, it's an electric, beautiful blue. So that's the purpose of the Annealer reveal. And with the camera, when this is 2,000 degrees, it's really, when the glass is 2,000 degrees, it's really hard to get up close, detailed shots and take a look at what is going on with the glass. So when we do this, a couple days later, we let it cool down overnight really slowly so it doesn't crack the glass at all, and then we pull it out. This morning, actually, I pulled everything out of the Annealer, and it's all right here, ready to go for some close-up shots. So I'll take a look at the comments here, folks, and I'm going to be watching throughout the rest of the Annealer reveal. I know it's the middle of the day if everybody's in the middle of work, or if you're at home, depending on what time it is. Let us know what's going on. Let us know about the weather. But I'm seeing Sue had the first chat. Quick fingers, what's happening, Sue? We got Janet, Vicky, Pam's in the house. The Glass Academy is in the house. We love to see that. Those are great people. We got Heidi, what's happening? Janet from England, very cool. We love, this is a global situation when we're doing these streams. It's the coolest thing about what we do here. We're educating the world, we like to think, on glass. If you're interested and if you want to share it with your friends and family, it's a pretty different craft than most people are familiar with. So by putting this on your feed or sharing any of this information or passing it along or just telling your friends and family about a pretty educational situation on Tuesday nights and a good time and a family-friendly show and with a little bit of craziness, it's a cool thing. So appreciate you all being here. Appreciate you enjoying the show. Dana, what's happening? Carolyn, Glenna Rogers in California. I don't know if we have many viewers from California. If there's some other Californians out there, let us know. And Becky, of course, what's happening, Becky? Lunchtime. I just had a big salad before this, so I'm feeling pretty good. So here we go. I got a little bit of a surprise or a little bit of something to show you guys in a second, and then I've got 4 pieces from the show. 1 custom order from Maryland's really great friend, a doctor, and 3 other artist choices that I'm going to go over, and I'm going to do it in chronological order. Typically on Tuesdays, Matt and I are blowing glass all the way up until right about lunchtime, and then we do we start at lunchtime. We go until 6 o'clock and start up the live shows after that. So Matt and I are both warm. You guys are going to meet Matt very soon here. And then Chris is coming in fresh-fingered and looking to start the glass blowing for the night. So he does the warmer-upper, and traditionally he doesn't like to just be gentle and slowly warm it up. He goes for something crazy. So you can see by the size scale of what's going on here, the craziest and the biggest of things is the warmer-upper. And here's how it turned out, folks. Pretty huge, pretty beautiful. Look at the backsides, gorgeous. And folks, if you're new to glass blowing, our show, or you've never seen glass before or know what the deal is with it, we call these diskellos. And these are really thin, beautiful, wall-mounted pieces of artwork. And Chris made this one with, it had about 6 different colors. You see blues, you see light hues of green in there, whites, A little bit of golds in there as well, and this one turned out pretty darn cool. Look at the vortex all the way into the core. I'll give you a little bit of an up-close shot here. It's got some serious spiraling action, and look at the way the light pops off of it. This is the coolest thing about wall art, is light coming into your house, the sun hitting it at different angles, seeing different angles like this. I mean, look at how thin that is. That's paper thin right next to the furnace behind that. It's a really beautiful piece. And so we haven't quite got to it yet. We haven't done the cold working yet, because I'm actually going to be coaching Matt on how to do this specific cold working. You use a large diamond saw wheel, and you're going to press down on it very slowly, and it takes a very level and consistent hand. It's a very tedious and time-consuming. You can't rush this process. So we're going to grind down flat right where it broke, right there on that little notch, right where the punty was, and then we're going to add what we were speaking about on the show, these metal pieces that you'll be able to hang them right into this little crevice on the wall and portray these however you like. We've got quite a few individual ones in the gallery, but we're working on making some sets that we're going to have on the website, have these available to everybody, but both of these will be available on the website. Today is what Michelle said, but don't quote me on that because I don't know what her deal is with that yet. So just stay tuned on the Gathering Point page if you are interested in either one of these. And I'll get to that other one in a second. But that was a pretty darn sweet piece by Chris. Pretty serious way to warm up the night. We wanted to feature diskellos. We wanted to feature diskellos mainly, but we had our product table full with 3 different products that were individually photographed and put onto the website. A lot of times on our website, a lot of the products are made to order. So we make a design, we design a set, we design a beautiful a set of something that we want to have on the website, whether it's a creature, whether it's drinkware, whether it's wall art, and we stick with that for a year, maybe 2 years, and we see what people like about that set, and we go from there, kind of see how the purchases go. But we'll make them to order because we're a really small staff, and right now I'm making the majority of the work. Chris works 1 day, and then we've got 2 assistants working with us that help, and you have to have an assistant when you're blowing glass. So we're making things to order, which is super cool, and we've got the hands down pretty good that if we put this mushroom up on the website and we say we're going to recreate it, or someone purchases 4 of these, we can make a set of 4 that are pretty darn similar. And that's also, we play on the beauty of things being handmade. You're not buying these from a factory, and you know that. You're paying for a handmade artistic piece. So that's kind of the way we do things around here, and all that wraps back to the fact that we're designing 3 different styles of diskellos now to have on the website, so that you guys can purchase a set of 3 that you know will look correct in your home, wherever you're going to display them. So that's pretty good. Linda's from California, and I did actually take a custom order too from Linda, so I should have known that. But cheers to that, Linda. Hope everything's going great over there. It's definitely overcast here. It's not so bright, but I see 2 sun emojis for California there, so it must be popping over there. Mary Lou, what's happening? Mary Ann loves the color. I love it. Janet, Donna, what's happening, you guys? Hello, everybody. Moving on to the next piece. We're going for a mushroom, I believe, was the second. What? Pipe cutter is under the big marver there on the left. That's Matt, folks, looking for the pipe cutter. He's about to cut some more pipes for one of the brand new products that we're making. It's going to be displayed this weekend, and you'll see on the Gathering Point, I assume the next week, which is going to be the Color Splash. That's going to be pretty darn cool. So moving on actually is what we did as a custom order for Marilyn and her good doctor friend. And this piece is incomplete as well, but the majority of it is complete so far. What's done hot and what's done on the pipe is complete so far. And so you can see here that Chris has put together, this was the idea of Marilyn's, and we designed it together, her and I, and then Chris made it on the pipe. It's a pill shape. It's supposed to represent this pill. And right now with the 2 feet, it kind of looks a little bit animalish when it's completed here, especially with the pink. I won't say what it looks like, but that's not going to be the case because Chris is going to actually take this, and I'd say maybe a fifth of the top. He's going to take a diamond wheel that's just about this size actually, and he's going to go like this and slice off about a fifth of the top, and he's going to slice off these 2 asymmetrical pieces and that hole right in the top so that it breaks nice and even, and it's an open jar for holding Mike and Ike's. Good and Plenty's. Keep mixing them up. Good and Plenty's are the pink and white ones. But take a look here. You can see that up close. The feet are super watery. Look at how the whole shop reflects into that bottom foot. It's like a magnifying glass, or like some sort of like memory sphere. This thing is super cool, super pill shaped. He nailed it, he did a great job. The dimensions were up to us as long as we could hit the pill shape. So I didn't want to tell her an exact dimension because maybe we stretched it out 7 inches and then all of a sudden we needed to go for 4 inches instead of the 3 that we talked about. So we wanted to go for sizing it up here a little bit on the fly and seeing the way that it was falling out, and leave a little room for manipulating it to fit the idea of the piece. So that's that. It's going to look amazing once we lop that top off, and it's going to hold a fair share of those Good and Plenty's, folks. And I know we talked about it on the show, but if you guys are Good and Plenty lovers, if you're licorice flavored loving people, let me know in the chat. I know there's not a lot of licorice lovers out there. I'm just messing with you guys. It's not particularly my favorite, but if one of you guys is really into that, I'd love to hear it, because it's kind of the same thing as me thinking there was only going to be 2 lefties on the Gathering Point show last week, and it turned out there were like 25. Who knows? So that's that one. Marilyn, that's sweet. It's not complete yet. We're going to reach out to Marilyn when it is complete, and then it should be a little bit later this week when Chris can get his hands into the cold working shop. Very good. Moving on. I did see there, Mary Ann, favorite candy is Good and Plenty. Very interesting. What's happening, Connie? Wendy, we may or may not post the finished product. Typically, we like to show the finished products right here, but because this one takes a little bit of extra work, we're going to have to see what the timing looks like. If she's ready to pick up on the weekend, we finish it the day of, then that's how it's going to go down. So we will try and snap a picture if we get the opportunity. Moving on, Chris made a mushroom. This is another one he's going to put some cold working effort into, which is because it's a solid stem here. And he wanted to show off this beautiful, beautiful shard pattern of one of the new mixes I did. And with this raindrop on top, you can actually see the magnification of that color pattern. Look at that. That's super watery. That's right out the forest. And this is a beautiful solid blue and gold stem here on the bottom. This one's going to be for sale as well, folks. Chris will lop off the bottom here, and he's going to put a flat ring and then a long metal pole so that you can stick it in your garden, in the front yard, in the backyard, in your house, wherever you might like to put it. But that was a pretty darn sweet one. A beautiful connection underneath on the bottom, nice and strong down here. Pretty darn cool. And it's a beauty. Chris did a lot this show, you know. I was kind of dictating the way that was going to go down, and he made the larger one. I just wanted to make this final giveaway diskello. This one we're going to put that same metal back on. And I'll show you it up close, because look at these color swirls, the green and white. Crazy swirl in action. And on the back here, you see most of the white. There's that little platform we're going to put the metal on. This is going to be the giveaway for next week, folks. If you haven't entered already, right down here, we have the giveaway scenario. enews@glassacademy.com is where you send the answer to the giveaway question, which from last week was, where do you get your fresh flowers from? That's from Tuesday. And when you answer that question, you send it to the e-news. We compile them all, we look at them, and we enter you into a random word generator, a random email generator, and it's going to pull out a winner. We give away a piece every single week, and that's going to be next week's piece once we get it all glued up and ready to go. So someone's going to have one diskello, which means they may have to start adding to their collection after that. Depends on where they put it, depends on how they like it. So that's that, folks. That is the pieces of the Annealer. If you guys have questions, now's the opportunity to send me a couple questions, or if you wanted to see anything a little more up close and in detail, while I let you send those questions in, I'm going to show off these three little guys hidden behind the Glass Academy sign. We talked about making mini snails, folks, and we made a few mini snails. Look at these little guys. These are going to be available very soon. We're getting them lined up and ready. We already did our snail release, a brand new product of the Glass Academy, and folks are loving the mini snails and asking for more. Look at that guy. He's bright. That was that electric blue I showed at the beginning of the Annealer reveal, and look at the magnification of that clear on his shell. How cool is that? And one more little guy to show off. We're gonna have a table full of them, a beautiful display. Oh yeah, super slimy. These guys are super cool. So stay tuned. You know where to find us at the Tuesday Gathering Point show, where we're gonna have some fresh products, highlighted products, oftentimes, sometimes some discounted products. You get some options there, and it should be a pretty darn good time. Could you make some like that for the garden that has a little more of a dome effect, like a bird bath, but small? Well, we definitely could do something like that. These are a little thin to be putting in the garden, in my opinion. Some people do. We do have color splashes, which are going to be coming to the Gathering Point within either this next week or the week after that, very soon. And these are a brand new product we just came up with specifically for the garden, that have tons of color and do have enough space for it when it rains, and or if you filled it up yourself, a little bit of water for birds to bathe in, and it will be a beautiful garden piece. So if you guys care about your gardens, if it's springtime, if you're working on that kind of thing, which I am, I was just watching some videos about my lawn and how to get that thing clean and green and really looking tasty. Now's the time to start thinking about adding some garden accents to it. So that will be coming up very soon. Everybody's loving the minis. We're looking at the first diskello one more time, folks. This one is going to be for sale as well. If it's not on the website today, then you guys can ask Michelle when it's going to be on the website. But look at the color swirl in that. There is a lot going on. And look at how thin he made it. I mean, that is talent, especially as you get into larger pieces like this. You cannot have that piece be super thick. It just won't, it'd be too much weight on the wall. Even though those hangers hold a lot of weight, you don't want to push the boundaries with it. So it's very important to have those things paper thin, and he did nail it. It was a really beautiful piece. And so that's about it, folks. Electric blue snails, pretty darn sweet. Folks, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I hope this was a nice breaker-upper for your day, and if you're somewhere, if it's early morning or late at night, I hope everything is amazing there as well. We're gonna be heading off to do a million other things today. We're gonna be doing a little bit of glass blowing, getting some other things organized, big staff meeting today, and everything is rolling good and fresh, or should I say, good and plenty. Thank you very much, folks. Have a beautiful evening. I'll talk to you on Sunday.